The biggest factor, whether a child will grow up to become a medical doctor or become a heroin addict. Hi, this is Dave Hughes of Ernie, Reyes, World Martial Arts in Gallatin. Welcome to my Life Coach Your Child series. Now today we're talking about what's called delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is where you go through the work or go through the steps and procedures to make something greater happen instead of going for the instantaneous or immediate positive response. Now, a good example is when you have someone who's training to become a medical doctor. Not only do they have to excel in their schoolwork all the way up, at least through high school and into college, and sometimes quite a bit earlier than that, but once they get into college, they have a very hard workload, they have all the labs, then they get, if they're accepted into medical school, they have all the work with that, at a very low income level. When they go through the residency, a lot of lack of sleep, a lot of work, and often as much as over 100 hours a week at almost very little pay. And some of them have to sleep and eat in the hospital and don't even have their own home. Now, that med student knows that at the end, once they've achieved what they're looking for and they've achieved their goal of becoming a physician, then they can reap the rewards of all their hard work and all the time they've put in. Now, in current society, that's getting to be more and more of a rare quality. Kids today are groomed to have things coming to them almost instantly. If you were a kid during my era, growing up, you didn't have all these movies. You had basically three network stations and one or two special stations that they might show some old movies on Saturday mornings. You didn't have a library of all the DVDs that you wanted. You didn't have the internet that you'd have to look something up in the encyclopedia. You didn't have things at your fingertips. Kids today have not, and I'm not bashing them, they're fortunate to have this, but everything is instantaneous. They have pre-processed and pre-made meals. They pop it in the microwave. They don't have to do a lot of cooking. They don't have to go through the processes that earlier generations did. You know, there's a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to stress my child. Think about how our parents and grandparents were. When they were growing up, the children would go into the fields, work. If they went to school, they went to school, but they would work from sunup to sundown whenever there wasn't school. And they did their studies. Kids had manual labor, hard work. Now, oh yeah, they're working their thumbs. People don't understand that it's not something that is negative to them to have them learn that delayed gratification. In fact, you know, the junkie wants that instant gratification no matter what the cost. They want that instant pleasure. We're all motivated by either seeking pleasure or moving away from pain. Now, someone who becomes successful in any area, but using the example of the physician, they've learned that by going through the momentary pain, they're going to get a much greater amount of pleasure and personal satisfaction at the end, and much greater rewards. You know, as a martial arts instructor, I often have parents tell me, well, when my kids are here, they love the classes, but it's a hassle trying to get them to stop playing with their friends or playing their games to come and get ready for class and go. That's because children have not learned that delayed gratification yet. In fact, with most children, and parents, you can test this, most children, if you ask them, do you want $1 today or $10 next week, which will they pick? The vast majority of kids are going to go for the dollars right now. And so, unfortunately, some people never learn that lesson. And a good example is the junkie. But once people learn that I can delay my gratification, I can put in the work, I can develop the discipline to actually make things greater by going through that momentary uncomfortableness. It's like working out your muscles. A lot of people quit working out because, hey, I'm sweating, this hurts. But if you can crash through that pain barrier, no matter what it happens to be, you break through to the greatest rewards.